What up?
We out here with Bindle Boys.
Bindle Boys, episode 2?
Episode 2.
Yeah, dude. We're making this official now.
Alright, so we had this idea, when was it? Back in Philly, driving home.
3-4 weeks ago?
3-4 weeks ago, yeah, I would say. And we were just sitting in the car, and then we thought, oh, maybe it would be a good idea if we started up a podcast. And now we're here.
Yeah.
So, do you want to tell the folks what we've been up to since that first podcast in Philly?
Yeah, so Philly was a really fun trip. Got to go see Slender Bodies. Shout out. There'll be a video.
Yeah, that was our first time meeting Max and Ben. Shout out to you guys. You guys did amazing. Good stage presence. Andy and I were talking in the car driving up here, and we were just really impressed with how well Max and Ben have improved in such a short amount of time. They released their first song, Gray, on their Soto Voce album.
Is it Voce or Voce?
Voce. I don't even know.
Soto,
but you guys
Soto
check it out and let us know.
Yeah,
they're on Spotify.
No, what I was saying is that like their stage presence made the concert that much better. Like,
yeah,
they sounded just as good as they did recorded, but seeing them just having so much fun on the stage was awesome.
So much energy, really.
Yeah, it was pretty awesome. No, so what we've been up to, recently just dropped our first hoodie line. Well, official hoodie line. Got 2 new styles. We
got the Hobo Randy, which is right here.
Yeah, we got this this butte. This is butte.
Right here with the bindle for the eyes. And just like a basic face shape.
And then the other one, it's got that original logo on the front, and then it's got what's the name? What's the thing on the back? There's like a name for it.
Like a insignia.
I can't talk. An insignia. It says BHHB on the back.
Created by yours truly.
Yeah.
Andy Badula.
But yeah, check those out. We'll be posting those in a couple weeks, or probably in a week. I just need some pictures, really. But yeah, other than that, we've been filming, making a lot of new content, just trying to work on our filming and
get our skills up.
Overall, giving you
increase in the talent tree.
You all better content, yeah. So that's basically what we've been up to with this. Just looking forward to the days to come.
Yeah, so basically, like, what these segments are gonna be about is just like where we're at and in the process of Boho Hobo, as well as just talking about the human experience and life that is happening throughout the process of going through Boho Hobo. I mean, what we're trying to represent is the Boho Hobo lifestyle, which is just basically how we live our lives already, and really just trying to find the answers and meaning of why we're here in this world, really, to get deep.
Yeah, we were actually just talking about this, that essentially we had been doing this kind of stuff since high school, before high school, but we never thought we were doing anything out of the ordinary.
Yeah, so there's this one summer, when was it?
2014.
2014.
Right when I graduated.
Okay, yeah, and that was the summer after my first year in college.
Yeah.
Andy and I, we started hanging out a lot more, and we started learning different skills like slacklining, trampolining tricks. We learned how to sew because we got interested in making 5-panel hats. They were trending at that point in our lives. Big in like the skating, action sports community. So during that time, we were gaining a lot of like self-awareness. So learning new skills.
Yeah, I think we just kind of got bored with, I don't know. I think in the summer, especially like during high school and stuff, a lot of time we would just spend time doing nothing. Like growing up.
We wanted to start getting more productive.
Yeah, I don't know. We've never been people to sit still, so
we started experimenting with different
and it helps.
things.
I mean, we live in the same neighborhood, so I was able to like, just walk to your house. You would skate down to my house and we just mess around. But honestly, like this story is great, and I think it's something that should be documented. Just that we went from making these 5-panel hats, and then we just kept taking it a little bit farther and a little bit farther. Like we made the pocket tees, and then we started getting into the graphics. Like, all right, how do we want this to look? And it just kind of, I don't know.
It's just okay. So it's to see the bigger picture of all this. What do you think allowed us to get to the point that we're at now?
I think a lot of it has to do with Kea Outerwear, to be honest. That's the name of that original.
We had an original clothing
line.
line back in 2014 where we were making hats, 5-panel hats, that kind of thing.
Yeah, I just think it's the idea like that we got the experience of making that stuff.
We were experimenting
and learning how to
new
sell
skills
it. Like
and learning marketing.
We had like a makeshift website and everything. So Instagram, we were learning. This is like when Instagram started to become a big influencer in like digital marketing, and companies out there now, like any movement, like Instagram's a big thing with the visuals. And I think that kind of helped out with our interest in making more like videos and pictures and stuff like that.
Trying to capture art
what
and
we're
put it
about.
in a way that is really, trying to find, I don't know how to explain it. So we have all these different activities that we like doing, and Boho Hobo is just a way for us to kind of capture all of those different things in our lifestyle and use it in a way that can bring value to other people and create a community around that lifestyle that we're already living.
All right, so to bring it back to your question, so I think doing the K outerwear got us the sense of like, all right, how do we make the clothing, like the logistics behind doing that stuff? Are we capable of doing this stuff? And that business side of it. And then when we took time, well, it was like a couple years off in between that and this starting. I got to go to college. You were in college for a couple more years. So you were in college for 3 years. I was in college for 2. Like, just the maturing and, I don't know, it's kind of like a culture shock for me. Coming from Phoenix, New York. Like, I graduated in a class of 148 kids, and I think the only ethnicities other than white people were 2 mixed families and you and Brian, who were Korean, adopted Korean. So like, I was never around like other cultures and stuff like that, other ideas, other than Phoenix.
And then going to college.
I go to UAlbany.
Open your mind
where
a little bit.
90% of the people are from Long Island or New York City. So we're talking like every ethnicity you could ever, and plenty of foreign exchange students from like China, Japan, Korea. There's one of my best friends now, Ugin. He's from Nepal. So like, it's completely changed my viewpoint on everything I do now. I'm influenced by so many other things. So I think having that coming in helped.
Yeah, you're gaining a new sense of
perspective. So it's not
perspectives.
Now when I do my day-to-day stuff, I have so many different ideas in my head that like
true.
Things, I don't know, it helped me realize how much bigger the world is than just little Phoenix, New York, you know?
Yeah, that's definitely a good point. So like the more perspective, the more things you do in your life, the more information that you can draw from. You have more to access, and you can use that information to make it your own and like put it into a medium that allows you to create your own style, create your own kind of sense of purpose in that. And so I think the more things you expose yourself to, the more you'll have access to different outlets of creativity in that.
Yeah, absolutely. And like, I mean, growing up, like skiing, for example, we used to make ski edits, and that had always been something that was interesting to me. Like, not even just the shooting the videos, but it was the editing part that got me so interested in it, and now that we've built this platform, it has just enhanced my level of interest in doing that stuff.
Greater sense of purpose as to why you're doing the things you're doing.
I have like a greater sense of purpose and a more of a drive to like want to learn this skill. Just for example, tonight we came out to Ian's house to help his band Oogle, shout out, to make a video, like a music video of sorts for a show that they're doing, and doesn't really have anything directly to do with what we're doing, but we're able to somehow connect it to what we're doing, and we were filming for them, but it's still like a part of our lives, so it's a part of Boho Hobo, you know.
Exactly.
It's just like helping out other artists, other people doing their own thing outside the box, kind of thing. Yeah.
Definitely.
And so, I don't know,
I think the big thing that we kind of have gathered from this talk is that this idea of trying to find that overarching sense of purpose as to why you're here on this earth, and then for instance, like what we're trying to do is I'm gonna go off on a tangent right now, but
yeah, go for it. I'm all ears.
Like the message of Boho Hobo is trying to learn what it means to go through the human experience, and like that's what we're doing right now. We're just going through the human experience, and since our message is so broad, we're able to find different things to apply that might not at first seem related, but we're able to connect it to that overarching goal.
It's kind of nice, like, I think before this, I would, I don't know, I guess I didn't go through life thinking about each moment as being something impactful to me, unless something monumental happened. And ever since this has happened, when you know how I was saying, like, you said that you think Boho Hobo, like, 24/7. Whenever you're doing something, it's on your mind, and how it's kind of taken me some time to get there. Now I'm going around, whether it's school or not, and I'm starting to take little moments in my life and apply it to this and find purpose in every little thing I'm doing, whether it's my classes now. Like, I'm participating so much more in my classes this semester. Mind you, it's my last semester of college, and every teacher knows my name, and it's the first time in college that any of my teachers have known my name. I don't know why. I just like found this drive, and now I'm just like finding more purpose in the things I'm doing, and being able to apply it to like what we're doing with Boho Hobo, which is just...
What would you say your purpose in Boho Hobo is?
I mean, other than, helping to build the brand and the message and everything, is just impacting people's lives in a positive way and showing them that, one, anyone is capable of doing what we're doing. Like, we're not doing anything that outlandish, right? Like, anyone could sit down with a friend or even by themselves come up with an idea. We're just taking
initiative.
Yeah, we took the initiative to do that. So one, this is like to anyone who thinks that they can't do it or wants to do something, like, you can totally do that. Two is just, I think we have such a good, like, think about how many times we've told someone what we're about and had them be like, yo, I really love what you guys are about. Like, I love the aesthetic, I love the mission, I love the videos, everything. It's great. Like, that makes me feel so much better on a day-to-day basis, knowing that someone actually genuinely likes what we're doing and cares about what we're doing. It's that like right there, that means so much. And I feel like my purpose is to get more people to feel that way, not only about us, but to feel that our message is actually speaking to them, that they can go out and do something new and exciting. And
this is like a platform to inspire other people.
Right, yeah. Like, we're inspiring, like, we inspire ourselves every day when we do something new. We get excited, we make a new video, whatever it is. Like, little things that, to, like, say, for example, a big company. Give me a name of, like, some big company.
Like Young and Reckless.
Right, alright. So, Yeah, Young and Reckless. They post stuff on Instagram all the time, right? And they probably get thousands of views, but they're not jumping out of their pants whenever they do something, right? They're like, whatever, it's another day at the office. For me, I just posted a video 5 hours ago and it got like 300 views, and I'm like ecstatic for the day. I feel like I did something great. Mm-hmm. And to a big company, that's literally not even good. So like, I don't know, it's different for us. And I like that. We're not trying to just make it a company. It's more than that.
It's like we're cherishing all the little moments and all the little steps it takes to get to where
it's our
we want
life,
to be.
and we're in our 20s, early 20s.
We're not taking anything for advantage.
Yeah,
taking
like
anything.
I'm 22. I'm 22, and every day, every moment is something that I'll never get back. So, I'm just here to take in as I've finally. I'm sad it took me so long to realize, but like I'm finally starting to cherish each little moment I have, and trying to find some purpose out of it or something I can gain to move forward and make myself better, and make this better, make my connections with people better, all that kind of stuff.
Cool. So I've been studying Maslow's hierarchy of needs lately.
Welcome to business school.
Are you familiar with it? Oh,
dude, I've learned Maslow's in like every basic marketing management class.
Okay, so interesting. So I'm learning it from like a philosophical, psychological point of view. Yeah. So as a business major, how are you learning Maslow's?
In terms of marketing, it's all about what the needs. So we look at it in a psychological way as well, but it's about what the consumer is looking for, and how you can apply your product or service to those needs. In the pyramid of.
Okay, so let's start with the pyramid. You have the base foundation, which is your physiological needs. So basic things like food, water.
Right.
And then you have your next step, which is sense of safety. Next one would be relationships, love. Next one up would be esteem, self-esteem. And then after that, if you've accomplished all of those levels, then you should reach the last step, which is self-actualization.
Right. So
self-actualization in the business world would be...
Well, so you can apply it in two ways. So one way you can apply it is like to you working in say marketing, or you can apply it to the consumer and how they would apply what you're offering to those needs subconsciously.
Okay. Could you give me an example?
So like a consumer is going to look like at all those things and see where your product or service lies in the importance of needs. Right? Okay. Like, so physiological is like most important.
So for us we're selling clothes, so that would reach the foundational.
Yeah.
Physiological.
It's more of a basic need. But we're also offering more now. We're starting to offer more. We're offering, audio content, visual content. So now
that might move itself up to more of the self-esteem portion of the pyramid.
Something that you can feel that you're a part of, more than just like wearing the clothes.
Or the relationship.
Yeah, or even the relationship. I mean, we meet people all the time and they feel like they're connected to us. They say they're our friend or whatever, which I genuinely have made a lot of friends doing this.
Boho,
so like, so
a lot of interesting people for sure.
And even the stuff that we're talking about moving in the future, like more and more we're gonna gain in those needs, for at least for the consumer.
Yeah, hopefully, and the more we provide, the more value we bring to the community. Hopefully that'll inspire people to have their basic needs met so they can reach that self-actualization phase of Maslow's hierarchy.
That right there, that's the purpose.
Do you feel like we as whatever you want to call it, do you think have ever achieved self-actualization?
I don't think so. At least not for me. I don't think I've self-actualized yet.
Well, first let's define what
self-actualization. I mean, I feel like that. I feel like that personally is when you know what you're about. You know who you are, what you have to offer.
Okay.
And you know how how the world perceives you as well.
You know yourself enough to the point where
you don't
you
have any
realize-
question. You have no question about what you are, the things you need, the things you want, the things you can offer.
You're kind of at peace within
You're-
the world.
You have finally figured it out. Like, think about it when you went into college. Think about how much you have
Going
changed.
into that new community. Well, yeah.
Like,
Okay.
that change
So,
means that you weren't self-actualized yet, because clearly you've changed to be something more like the way you're
and your
supposed to
perspective
be.
on yourself probably
Right.
has changed
Like-
too throughout that.
When I was a sophomore in high school, I used to dress like a dweeb. I was just, I don't know, I changed a lot
Yeah.
in like 2 years. From like sophomore year to senior year, my style changed, my sense of music changed, everything. So I was still figuring it out, and even now, looking back to senior year till senior year of college now, completely different. So I'm still changing.
I think the best thing that helped us in figuring out what we're all about is by breaking away from the pack a little bit, by
Yeah,
going off
definitely.
that separate, beaten route. That I think that is really what is like very valuable in trying to figure yourself out, because now you don't have any external factors guiding
Yeah.
your decision making, or even something simple as like the way you dress. If you kind of break away from the norm, then you start developing your own
honestly,
style.
like, Kevin proved that to everyone, especially in Phoenix.
Shout
like,
out to Kevin Borza.
Yeah, Kevin Borza. He's like the first person I knew that just wore whatever the fuck he wanted. I mean, not like he was wearing anything like absurdly out of the normal, but he had a very distinct style and everyone knew
Yeah,
it.
definitely.
And I remember people would say stuff about him or say stuff to him, and I knew it like bothered him at first or whatever, but over time he just got over it and didn't care. And that definitely rubbed
Took
off.
bravery.
I mean, that rubbed off on our, that
Our
friend group.
Yeah, definitely.
And that changed, like Kevin trendsetted. Even though it was like for a small group, there's 4 of us, and then you came along afterwards, but like, you look at what he left behind afterwards. Not us, but like kids in like grades below him started wearing certain things that he was wearing like all along, and it's just like
kind of inspired the community a little bit.
he literally put his middle finger up and he
Yeah.
said, "I don't care." And we all did the same thing, and that changed me, because now I do that all the time. I don't care. I'll wear whatever the hell I want. I'll do whatever I want.
And that's all it took,
Yeah.
was one person to be like, fuck it, I'm gonna do what I want.
That's the thing. I used
And
to.
it impacts
I kind of
people very
trying. I was
positive
kind
way
of trying
sometimes,
to not necessarily. I wasn't intentionally trying to conform to being like everyone else, but I think it's just like a societal thing that everyone just kind of goes with the flow.
Yeah.
And
Definitely. You
it's
get
hard.
pigeonholed to think only
This is
certain
actually
way.
funny, because this is very much when we were in Chicago back probably half a year ago, and we were talking with Nate with the Lucky Dutch. He said the same thing. Like, you get pigeonholed into doing what society wants you to do, and the best thing you could do for yourself is to say, "Fuck that. I want to do me, and I don't care what anyone thinks, and I'm going to do me, and I'm going to feel better about myself and find who I am and not be someone I'm not." And that's what I've been doing. I mean, college helped me do that a lot. Like, I started it with my clothes, I would say, and hanging out with the right people in high school towards the end, but now it's like I had 4 years to really find who I am, and I'm getting there. I still don't think I've self-actualized, but I'm getting there. I don't think, does anyone actually fully just like,
I was looking at statistics, and they were
Uh-huh.
saying that only 1% of the population can actually reach self-actualization, which is kind
that's
of
insane. That's insane. Like, that's what I mean. Like,
It's like what everyone's
you know how
striving
hard
to
that
do,
is?
and no one can ever reach it.
How-
But there is still that 1% of hope
so
that you
so
can,
you're saying
you can
there's a
do it.
chance.
There is always a chance.
I don't know, though. I kind of like...
Do you think you'll realize it when you reach it, though?
That's a good question. I don't know. And the other thing is, I was thinking, wouldn't it be kind of boring once you've self-actualized? Like, I
'Cause
kind
that's-
of...
once you do it, then you know exactly what you need to do to get where you want to be,
I
or
ki-
like you've already gotten there.
I kind of, is as much as it is, like a roller coaster, life for anyone is a roller coaster, and there's ups and downs everywhere. It's kind of fun when you find something new about yourself you didn't know.
True,
Or
definitely.
something you didn't know you liked, or something you didn't know scared you, or any of that kind of stuff.
It's all part of the human experience.
Yeah, like, I don't know if I kind of, like, would you want to self-actualize, like, find that self-actualization, or would you kind of, like,
It's
want
kind
the
of
mystery to kind of keep unfolding?
It's kind of like with the Buddha, where he finds enlightenment, and then he's like, oh, well, I have no point in living anymore.
Yeah, like, once you reach that moment of Zen, like, what's the point of existence when you've already, like, if that's the point of life, is to find the purpose of your life, once you find it, what are you supposed to do?
True. I mean, life is a struggle, and that's what keeps it interesting.
Yeah.
That's what keeps us going.
I like not knowing what the hell I'm
Yeah.
here for. I have a pretty strong feeling that I have no purpose here. I'm just making it up as I go. And
Definitely. We kind of create our own purpose.
we just made up a purpose right now to do this, and honestly, it's better than the alternative of not doing this. So, I mean, that's something I realized.
Yeah, we're just doing it because we're having fun doing it, and we figured out a way to bring value to the community
Yeah,
in doing so.
which is exciting.
Yeah.
I'm really excited.
Beneficial.
I think one big thing I'm excited about is just down the line. I've been doing a lot of, watching those Gary Vee videos. It's like that 5-year window, 5 to 10 year window. I keep saying, all right, I can't wait for 5 years down the line,
Yeah.
like, see where we are, see what's gonna happen. And he's right a lot in terms of, like, what he looks for in his work is, like, just riding the journey. I look back, it's been a year and it feels like it's been a freaking millennia since we started this. So much stuff has happened in a year. And after this year, it's going to feel like even longer,
Compared to, like, let's say high school, that felt like you're going through the day-to-day processes, and it gets very mundane.
Yeah.
And you look back and a year's gone by and you've only done so many things you can count on your fingers, you know what I mean? But yeah, this is definitely just a good experience.
So yeah, it's going well, and I honestly think that there's only up from here,
Yeah. The only way we can, yeah, it's like
think about
as
right now.
long as we keep doing it.
Yeah, I mean, a year from now backwards, so let's go back in the past. I couldn't have told you that we would have ended at a music festival.
Shout out to Otis Mountain.
Yeah, Otis Mountain Get Down. That we'd be doing a podcast right now. That we would have on our YouTube page needs work, but we would have a functional YouTube page. Like, any of this stuff, I don't know, it just kind of happened,
It just, all it took was someone to take the initiative, be like, oh, let's do it, and we're doing it.
Yeah.
It's not like we had to jump through any hoops to be able to do this podcast, for instance. We
No.
just got a
just
camera,
chilling.
got some mics,
Yeah.
and having a good
It's
talk,
great.
really.
So, like, but that's the point I'm saying is, a year from now, what are we going to be doing a year from now? Like,
Where do you see us in a year from now?
like, think about all those things I just pointed out that we did that I never thought we would be doing. In a year from now, there's going to be that many more things that we've done that I didn't think we would have ever accomplished. I have
What
no
do they
idea.
call it? Like an exponential growth curve?
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah.
I mean, that's exactly what it is, I guess. Like,
Yeah, and usually the point, I forget the statistic, I think it is saying that the hardest year when you start up a business is on the 5th year. Like, that's a determining year on whether or not
You're gonna
you
make
keep
it or
going,
break it.
make it or break it. But it's almost like on that 5th year, that's when you're actually starting. That's when you actually have kind of figured out your business model. And that's
Yeah.
where the growth actually starts beginning.
That's-
But that's when people are so prone to just quitting at that point.
because that's
they
what
burn themselves out.
What makes us different from everyone else? Write this down, kiddos that want to start something new. This is all built on our lifestyle,
we're already doing it. We can't run away from it.
We didn't sit down one day and say, I have a great idea. I want to make the next best like recycling bin, or what, like a random product that
just
to sell it, right? If that's all you do in 5 years, unless it is an absolute commodity, hot commodity, you're probably not gonna do well.
Right. So
That's the thing. I'm not afraid of that 5-year window, because I literally think that this is just gonna go. It's not gonna stop.
It can't stop, because if it stops, we have to just stop what we're doing in our life. Yeah. As long as we keep living our life to the fullest and doing the things that we want that bring us joy, it's gonna keep living on.
If we didn't do this, you and I would probably be just doing what most people are gonna do. Are gonna graduate, and then they're gonna go work for someone for the rest of their life.
Like 9-to-5 job.
Yeah, like I don't want that. Maybe I'm gonna have to do that for the next couple of years after I graduate, just to stay financially stable. But
it's all stepping stone.
Whatever, everyone has to earn their stripes. They have to, they have to do the grind to get by. But don't worry, in 10 years, I'll give it a 10-year window, that we will be self-sufficient, doing this full time. 10 years.
That's the goal.
Dude,
really.
We'll be 32. That's like, how many 32-year-olds have a full self-sustaining company that they can live on, and they know that that's what they're going to do for the rest of their life? Not many. Probably, I'm sure it will be surprising how low this, like, the percent of people. 10%, Kevin says. Which is probably higher than what it actually is.
10 people.
Oh, 10 people. Oh, okay.
Everybody before.
Not a lot. I mean, I'm pretty sure that I don't know the exact numbers, but the statistic for people to make it past that 5-year window and not fail is really, really low.
Okay, so to help other people in their process, what do you think the biggest thing we can draw from this to be able, like you were saying, we figured out what brought us joy in our life. We figured out like all the little things that we want to do, that we already don't really want to get monetary value from. It just already intrinsically brings us value in itself.
Right.
So it's figuring out what you already want to do. Yeah. And then the money is just extra. Because it allows you to sustain what you already want to do.
It's hard. So it's hard to, this message won't reach, it won't speak to everyone the same way. Mm-hmm. Because, I'm surrounded by people at school right now that their mind is on money. I want to make money. That's it. I care about money. I'm going to do whatever.
Money is important, though.
Great. You know what? Great. Like, I respect that hustle, and if you can go out there and make money, tons of money, that's awesome. Mm-hmm. But there's other ways of making money where you still find happiness and other more important values. That money is not the most important thing. If you think that is, like, you don't have a personality at all. Because money is literally what is wrong with the world, I think. But it's important, right? You can't do most anything, especially
money
in this
allows
country.
You to do what you want to do.
Money is just a medium to doing things that you want to do. Mm-hmm. It's not life. And I think that is something people get twisted, but it's fine. If that's what you want to do, go make money, great. Go do that. If you want to be successful and do something that will last a long time, it needs to come from the heart, and it needs to be more than just your motive is just to make money. Because if that's all it is, you're going to run out of the juice, the creativeness, all of that. It's going to...
Because your mind is just focused on...
You're going to start... People are going to start to resent you because you're penny pinching and you're trying to get as much money to put in your pockets and all that kind of stuff. Mm-hmm. That's like... Put yourself into it. Make it your baby. Like, make it something you want to watch grow and nurture into something bigger than just a company. I mean, we didn't start this because we were like, I want to sell some shirts and make money. Like, if we did that, we would have gotten bored with it probably a long time ago.
We started out saying, we want to make hats, we want to make clothing, as a hobby because we thought it was fun to
Yeah,
do.
we just thought it was cool.
And then we're like, oh, well, now we can sell it too. Okay, cool. Let's do that.
Yeah, and then we realized that other people actually...
It's like an added factor into
other
it,
people
but
were
it's
like,
not
oh,
the-
this is really cool. Like, why'd you guys start doing that? And then we had a story to tell why we did it. It was more than... Our story wasn't even, we started this because we wanted to make money and we wanted to make a company. It was never about that.
Mm-hmm.
And it's so reflecting to Boho Hobo, it was like, we just were like, we want to offer people something that's just not there.
Yeah, definitely. I mean,
Or
to
there's
go,
not enough of it.
to
out
go
there.
back to the mission of why we're doing this, to experience what it means to be human, to live the human experience to the fullest. I mean, that's what we're doing right now, and that's why we wanted to start making clothing to begin with, was because we were just curious. We wanted
Right.
to know what it took to be able to make our own 5-panel hats. We were interested in just learning the process of sewing, and I think when you approach the world in that kind of way, you start figuring out what truly brings joy in your life, instead of having that mission of just, oh, I want to make $20, $500 this week.
I mean, don't get me wrong. Like, we're totally like, there's still a hustle and a grind to what we do.
It's
but-
definitely hard work.
But
yeah.
it's not. Everything we do isn't in the mindset of how can I make $1 off you or the next person that comes around or whatever.
It's more like
It's like how
what
can
new
I
skill can we acquire?
What new skill
too?
can we acquire? And when I do meet a new person, how can I convey what I'm doing to them? So not only do they see that, okay, there is something, like there is some type of good or service that they can get from us, but like they can get a message, something that might speak to them and make them do, even if they don't buy anything. I don't care if the next 10 people I meet that come up to me when I'm tabling or something, they don't buy anything, as long as they walk away with a sense of something that is thought-provoking and makes them think about things a little bit differently about the way they approach their life. That's great, because that's just like
that
the
inspires
whole
people.
helping humanity part of what we're about. Is like, I just want people to have the right mindset out there to go do what they want to do, and to know that like life isn't this sheep following the mold kind of, like, the American dream is dead. Like, get over it. It's dead, and you should go out and find and forge your own path.
What is the
and-
American dream? Just getting a lot of money? Is that what you think?
Like, the American dream back, in the 1950s, like right after World War II, it was just about having that, picturesque family, couple kids, 3 kids, white picket fence, living in a neighborhood, all that kind of stuff, having like a full 9-to-5 job, you and your wife or whatever. It's not there anymore. Like, I think times have changed. People...
So it's just a traditional view on...
Yeah, it's a very traditional view, and I think things have changed a lot. I mean, the divorce rate in this country is just ridiculous compared to what it used to be. I mean, so, like, go find yourself, and if you can work for yourself and do something that's going to keep you financially stable and keep you happy, do that. Don't chase something that's not there. Don't chase the corporate ladder. Is great if you know people, or if you literally spend the rest of your life busting your ass to prove it to a bunch of people that probably didn't have to do much to get where they were. Like, a lot of people in corporate America are where they are in the hierarchy because they knew someone when they kissed ass. I'm not about that. I'm not trying to kiss someone's ass who doesn't care about me. I'd rather do...
You're trying to be self-made.
I just want to be myself. Yeah, I don't need to prove myself to other people to be successful. And I think that's just a sad state of affairs in this country. And
Even, like, the definition of success, I think, has been skewed over the
what is
years
success
of,
to you?
Well, I think the idea of bringing value into this world, and value in a way that is genuine, that's success, and not how much money you have in your wallet. I think success can be measured by the skills that we provide. I think a lot of it has to do with human services. So, you have the skill, and you have a way, even something as small as mowing lawns, for instance. If you're the best lawnmower in your neighborhood, like, that's value right there. That's something you can provide to other people. And the more skillful we become in our hobbies and our trades and our talents, and I think the more we figure out what it is that makes us tick, and figuring out what that talent is that we can offer, the more valuable the community in general can become.
Yeah. I think that one important thing, and I'll tie this to first of all, I don't think there's a correct answer for what success is. I think success can come in so many different ways that I don't think there's one right or wrong answer. But I know in terms of my human experience and what most people would probably agree with is that being connected to the ones around you or to around people. People like to be around people and to be connected and have relationships with other people. We're just a social being, right?
I think that's just human nature to want to feel like you belong in something.
And I think this is very similar to your view of success, is that if I have people around me who respect me and who see me as someone who has given and help selflessly, not looking for attention or anything, and I'm also doing this stuff. I'm giving and I'm helping people out, and I'm just being a good person and helping people see things differently, and teaching, and maybe teaching someone how to learn a new trade, how to edit a video, whatever it is. Make them feel good, make their day. Like, when I take a picture of a friend who just bought a hoodie and put it up on an Instagram page, that might light their day up. That might make their day. Like, just simple things like that. I think that's success. Like, when I'm happy and they're happy, everyone's happy, kind of thing.
So to bring it back to society's views, I think the reason why success gets skewed is that we see successful people have a lot of money, but they don't see the reasons behind why they are getting all this money. And, for instance, Elon Musk, for instance, he's a billionaire. We see, he's a billionaire, he has this big company, he made a lot of money, but then they don't realize, what did he do? He changed humanity. He was the first person to be able to have his own private company, to be able to have a spaceship launch into space and then come back down and be able to be run again. And that's very valuable to humanity's sake. And that's why he is a billionaire, not because he was a good
he didn't swindle people. Elon Musk is a great example because, just so you know, Tesla has a deficit. Their company doesn't make money right now. And he's still a billionaire. He's still successful because his ideas, it takes time. Time is such a huge element in all this stuff. And people are impatient. And he's not, I guess. He believes in the stuff he does, and I think part of that success is believing in what you do, that it means something, and that it is going to be something. He believes in it.
Going. Even in that deficit, he's still able to keep going.
Yeah,
because he's trying to shoot for the mission of bettering humanity.
Notice how no one's talking about how crap Tesla's such a bad company, who would buy their cars, blah blah blah, or SpaceX is such a stupid idea, NASA is always going to be better. No one's saying that.
Yeah. I mean, at first they were saying
that. People were skeptical at first, but he's proving himself just by making things, and yes, he might be in the hole on it, but he's still alive. He's still doing it.
like his reasoning for going in there wasn't to make a lot of money, not to be like the best business in
He's
the
an
world.
inventor.
He's an inventor at heart, and he was trying to bring something of value to provide to humanity's sake and change the face of our planet, you know what I mean? So like that was his mission, and he keeps doing it, and that's what got him through that struggle, that terrible deficit, to come back at it even stronger, because he wasn't in it for the money. You
want to, just like a side fun fact, he has a company called the Boring Company. It's just like a side, I don't know, he has like a lot of different things. He also was the co-creator of PayPal, fun fact.
No, he actually started, and then his brother took it over.
Oh, okay. And then they sold it and made a shit ton of money.
But that was a whole new idea.
So
he invented something new.
This company, the Boring Company, so they invented, or they made their own flamethrower, and they just sold out all 20,000 flamethrowers in like a month.
I think I saw that on Instagram.
It's pretty awesome. Like, just random. But I mean, like, he probably just did that as a joke. I don't know. But he's successful.
He wanted to do something different.
He can do what he wants now. Like,
Yeah.
I don't even think, like, and that's just one form of success. I mean, Gandhi was successful, and Gandhi wasn't rich. It's the same thing. It's just about what you perceive as value and achievement, I guess. So, yeah.
So you want to wrap this thing up?
We've been talking for a while. This is good. It's good to know that we can do this.
I mean, to see the bigger picture of the whole theme of what we've been talking about. When we talk about success and like sense of purpose, and I think the better sense of purpose you have in this world, you'll just, success is bound to happen.
Success is bound to happen
because you're doing what you want to do.
There's so many cliches about this kind of stuff, and I feel like people hear it and they don't do anything about it, but it's really just take initiative and
Do something
do
new.
something.
Do something, yeah.
Like, find something that you think is interesting or that you might like and try it, because who knows, it might be the thing that you do for the next 10 years of your life. Like, you never know, and too many people sit and watch other people do it, and they continue to do the same things day in and day out, and that is how you get pigeonholed into society's, like, framework. Yeah. Don't let society pigeonhole you. That's my takeaway from that, is don't let society, like, everyone has the same ability to stray away
Everyone has
from
a
that.
special ability.
Everyone is unique.
And it's
You
up
are
to
your
all
own
of
self.
us to figure out how to unlock that special
There is only
ability.
one of you, and that means you are the most unique person. So do something about it. Whatever it is, figure it out. We figured it out. You can figure it out. And I think that's a great gift.
Word.
So
Peace. Cheers.
yeah, we're gonna sign off here. Thanks for listening, and catch us next time on Bindle Boys Podcast.
Yeet.